Hey, this is Ronnie with By Way of Charleston, and tonight we are doing something a little bit different. I'm doing the grits that we have because it's a good southern staple, but I'm doing it for dinner, and I'm actually doing pimento cheese grits. So these you could make just, as they are. This bag, though, actually is 2 servings. So I'm only gonna use half of this bag for tonight's dinner, which still makes 4 cups cooked, which is still huge. And so I'm gonna get my stove on a boil, and it calls for 4 cups of water. So I'm gonna get that boiling. Again, this is grits, so it's super simple. 4 cups of boiling water, and then we'll get the grits in, and then at the end, so it's about 20 minutes for the grits, and then once they've cooked for a little while, at the end is when I'm gonna stir in my pimento cheese. So we'll get to that, that's closer to the end. So I've got 4 cups of water here. I'm gonna get that in my pot. And I'm using a cast iron pot just because that's what I have and it's easy. But that's not what you have to do. So I'm gonna get this boiling. And it also calls, I'm gonna go ahead and put my salt in now, just because I want it to season from the very beginning. So I'm gonna get a little bit of salt in. I use pink salt, doesn't really matter. Salt is salt, right? It's not actually, salt is not salt, but I use pink salt. And then this calls for about half of this bag, which is 3/4 of a cup. So I'm gonna get this open, and I have a measuring cup here. We'll see if I can get it to 3/4. Probably not, but let's see. Let's see how this goes. Oh shoot, I'm making a huge mess. That's probably a full cup, but that's enough for the next time, for the next serving. And I just made a huge mess, but that's okay. So while this is boiling, so what I'm doing with my pimento cheese grits tonight is I'm doing a crispy chicken with them. So I'm just gonna do the pimento cheese grits, and then once the chicken's done, I'll just put it on top, and then maybe add a little vegetable or something like that. Again, as always, wine not included with any of our By Way of Charleston products. One of these days we're gonna figure out how to do wine for you guys, because it's a whole package, the wine, the grits, the chicken, it's dinner all together. So I've got salt in there. I might go ahead and add a little bit of butter too, just because grits and butter just go together, don't they? Could you imagine having grits without butter? I don't think so. I can't. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my butter in too, so that gets melting. For that to get going. That's 3/4 cup, right? Right, that's 3/4 cup. Yeah. It's not a full cup. It'll work. So I'm getting my water to a boil. My chicken's already in the oven, just because the grits really are only gonna be about 20 minutes. So it's really nice that this little bag is like 2 servings of this. So you could get 2 dinners, or if you were having according to the bag, a big mess of people, you could do the whole thing. So the whole bag would be 8 cups of water, and then this whole bag. So, that makes sense, right? 4 cups for half the bag, 8 cups for the whole bag. So if you were having a big group of people, which this is gonna be for sure a people pleaser, these pimento cheese grits. So I'm using local pimento cheese from a company out of Pawleys Island that is actually a jalapeno pimento cheese, which I love just straight on crackers. This is the first time I'm doing this in my grits, but I had a good friend of mine tell me that with pimento cheese, she stirs in about half a tub into her grits and that it's just amazing. And I was like, man, that'd be good with some chicken. So that's what we were doing for dinner tonight. So I figured I'll show you guys how to do those pimento cheese grits, because it can't be any easier. I mean, really, it's a pot, you put the grits in it and then cover it. It does say that with these grits, and I won't have to do this for you guys the whole time, but it does say that you should stir them every now and again, like not to just let them sit. Not like grits is not like rice where you just let it cover and let go. Grits do need to be stirred so they don't stick to the bottom. So that it does say to stir a few times. So I'll do that in the midst of all of this. Stir a few times, but 20 minutes and it's done. Like, I mean, and these grits, look how good those grits look. Whoop, and I am boiling. I'm gonna pour those in, give them a little bit of a stir, turn down to a simmer. And you guys know your stoves, so you know whatever number that is. For me, that's about between 3 and 4 on a simmer. So it is boiling. I'm gonna let that just hang out. I'm gonna cover. Already turned down. We'll revisit this in about 15 to 20 minutes. I'm gonna turn on my timer here. I'm gonna do it at about 17 minutes, because then I'm gonna get the pimento cheese out and then we're gonna add that in. So we'll be back in a few. Okay, so it's been about 20 minutes and my grits have been cooking. So you can see how creamy they are. So it's about time to add in the pimento cheese. So this is the kind of Polly's Island Specialty Foods pimento cheese with jalapenos. So I'm gonna use probably half of this tub to get this going. I haven't even opened this, it's brand new, but as you can tell, it's a local thing for us. So you may not be able to get it, you may, who knows, but I will tell you, this, of all of them I've had, of all the pimento cheeses I've had, this is probably my favorite. I like this one probably the best, but will say I don't discriminate when it comes to pimento cheese, to be honest. I pretty much like it all. So we do actually, by way of Charleston, have some cheeses, which I didn't think about it, because last time I was at the office, I didn't even grab them, any of them. Those cheeses are some of my favorite in Charleston, would be good in this. They do, the Artisan Cheese House does mainly bries, which are amazing. And they do have a pimento cheese as well, which I do like theirs. This one is a little bit more like true pimento cheese, so I'm gonna use about half of this. This one has jalapenos in it, so it's got a little bit extra kick to it. It's also just amazing on just chips. So all you do literally is just stir it in, and now you have pimento cheese grits. Not kidding. Add a piece of chicken to this. If you want a vegetable, some people don't like vegetables. Hey, you do you, boo. But for us, a piece of crispy chicken, all this melted pimento cheese in these grits. Oh, they're so creamy. Literally, you just dump half of it in there and stir it up. It melts right in, makes everything nice and creamy. I'm gonna take a taste here in a second, see if I need any. Oh, I can smell the jalapenos already. It thickened up, made everything very creamy. It's gonna be hot. Yeah, I'm not like those TV chefs where they like just stick it in their mouth, burning hot like this. I'm not doing it. So the good thing about only using half of the tub of pimento cheese is it's not overpowering for the grits. You can still taste the grits. It's gonna be good with some chicken. So there you have it. Easy weeknight pimento cheese grits. It's super easy. You really just make the grits, dump in some pimento cheese with jalapenos. It's amazing. I hope you guys enjoy it.